even though there seems to be a growing thirst for religious-based programming among viewers. Many of the mainstream media don't seem to want to be part of it. Why? In a recent Harris poll, 50% of people said that they believe the media ignores religion, with 61% of Americans saying that the media perpetuates negative religious stereotypes. But the tides might be maybe turning a little bit. Most recently, entertainers and reporters gathered for an event on spirituality in the media. The co-editor-in-chief at Variety saying the growth of this market cannot be denied. The evolution of the content has been significant in the last few years as the content business has been on steroids, and I think everybody in the room knows the market is wide and the demand is vast. And The Chosen, a Christian drama series depicting the life of Jesus and his disciples, is a perfect example. It's funded by fans and becoming a mega hit. The Chosen, credited as one of the most successful crowd-funded entertainment projects ever. What started as a small pilot is now on the big screen. Season 4's first 3 episodes already surpassing major movies at the box office, maintaining its #2 spot opening weekend in theaters as a TV program. It's estimated the series has 200 million unique views on its own platform alone. To put that into perspective, The Chosen apparently surpasses 4 out of the 5 most popular shows on Netflix based on their initial views, including the highly popular series Stranger Things, which had almost 150 million initial streams when it came out. Angel Studios, which produces mainly faith-based programming, responsible for the production of Sound of Freedom, which grossed over 184 million domestically, 250 million worldwide, will be presenting for the first time at CinemaCon, the largest cinematic con in the world, presenting along major players, Universal Pictures, Lionsgate, Warner Brothers. And while Hollywood has been hyper-focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion, none of that has seemingly included religion. Joining me now, Adrienne Banker, the founding host of NewsNation's Morning in America. She's been tracking the rise of religious content closely, including in her new NewsNation series, One Nation Under God. Adrienne, good to see you as always. Is Hollywood waking up?
I think they're waking up to the Benjamins, for sure. For those who are seeing how much money these shows and these films are doing. I mean, you think about it, 200 million unique viewers, nearly 800 million views over the course of their show, at a time when a lot of streaming shows are actually seeing their end. Seasons 3 and 4, they're planning 7 seasons. I mean, these numbers are Game of Thrones and its successive spin-offs numbers.
Let me play a piece of sound. This is your interview with the creator of The Chosen, Dallas Jenkins, who still says that they're still struggling. Number 3, let's listen.
Yeah.
You'd think, boy, you know, we've got a successful show, we've arrived, and that's not how life works. And so, in many ways, we sometimes find that some of those challenges become even more heightened. The pressures of the show growing can sometimes become their own burden to bear. I try to avoid all that. I'm just focused on the blank screen. I want to make sure that when I'm writing the show, I'm focused on making sure the next season is powerful and good television and honors the character and intentions of Jesus in the Gospels.
And this is still crowdfunded?
Yes, they still are receiving a much of their money from crowdfunding. Their goal between seasons 3 and season 4, where we are now, was $40 million. I mean, to tap into such a loyal fan base that has been craving the kind of not just positive, not just family-friendly, there are no sex scenes in The Chosen, there is no vulgarity in The Chosen, everyone can watch. But the fact that this hungry and insatiable audience is so behind it, I mean, they're donating by the thousands. And then, I mean, you think about a couple years ago, they had the scene of the feeding of the 5,000 that happened in the Bible. They had 12,000 people show up from all around the world just to be extras in that scene.
You mentioned that they're donating. Just to be clear, do they get any benefit if the film does well, or are these purely donations?
Those are purely donations. It's not a type of investment fund. But what they're doing is they're sharing it in community. I happened to watch the screeners before I interviewed the cast and the creator in LA. And then I watched it in theaters with some friends who are diehard Chosen viewers. And the experience, as Dallas talks about quite often, is that it's different seeing it on a big screen. It's different seeing it with other people who are very much into the show. I mean, they were louder and more expressive than your typical movie audience. They're really bought in. And I think in large part because the past few years really made people reflect on what's important in life. I think there's been a lot of closeted Christians. I mean, more than 60% of the American public says that they are Christian. More than 80% of people living in America believe in God. And so why this hasn't happened before now, I really don't quite understand, besides the politicization sometimes of this particular audience. But really, it's just quite amazing to see hundreds of millions of dollars raised so that people can see biblical stories. It's not just faith-based. It's portrayals of faith, that diversity, equity, inclusion that you were talking about.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.